Good evening, everyone. Welcome into the dungeon and to the stream. I hope you've all been having a nice day so far. Yeah, but yes, we're good. We're going to today. Mimi finally gets to be put into Live2D. I've a lot of things got in the way of drawing her before, but I buckled down last weekend, and I got all her art done. So so I'm quite excited to get to this. I also realizing it's been a little while since I've touched Live2D since I made this model. May need a little. I mean, this is why you do multiple things. I need to do more little things so that I don't get rusty from big gaps between projects. God, I have so many projects. Back when I was working on this model, I always felt like sort of like, oh, I can just do one project at a time. But now I'm doing the Mimi model. It's sort of like, okay, I have this. I have the free model I'm going to be doing starting next week. I have the. I seem to have started wanting to actually get back into to work on my comic pages again. I've been resisting that one as best I can. But yeah. And then there's just various other one-off pieces I want to do. Also, slight change in music today. We're doing Dark Souls remixes from the same Game Chops website as the Final Fantasy remixes were coming from. Anyway, no real need to stall. Why don't we get right into it? Not quite sure what the. Should I make this bigger? I kind of make this bigger so Mimi's takes up more of this. That one. I think it's still the same size as it was back when I was doing the drawing. Yeah, it's like that. No, don't stretch like that. No, I just don't want you snapping either. Somehow keep losing the selection. There we go. That makes the work area a bit more visible. Stop snapping. What do I have to press to stop you snapping? Control. Control is what I had to press. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've done a little work to get her in, and a little of refreshing of the mouth. Had some issues with glue during the day, which took up a lot of time. I'm glad I kind of sorted that before stream, because that might have been frustrating to deal with on stream. Almost getting murdered by my drink. Again, at least I didn't spill it this time. There we go. Okay. I'm fine. uh, but yeah, we had even like this, seeing it all together, I'm quite excited to see how this all comes together. So no real reason to dilly dally then. We're gonna. I think we'll start with her mouth. I think for now I'll just worry about the opening and closing of her mouth, which I've already set up the meshes aside from the muzzles, but we can worry about the muzzles later. I think those things will move independently to the mouth, so let's not worry too much about their positioning. Let's do the mouth line. So we just need to apply that to mouth open. This will be my first time actually doing this kind of project on stream, so we'll see how it feels. If I move that up, then I wonder if there's a mirror function for this. I want to give it a slight movement up on mouth open. Not too much, just slight. What's that? It's not that part, I think. Do you know what? Leave these on the same level so it may can go a little wider. Yeah, that works. Probably have to shift the nose a little bit as well. Yeah. This one will be the more extreme movement, of course. That's an accidental. What is it? Poggers. We're not keeping that. Also, I need to mask this. So which mouth bottom fell like that? There we go. I haven't moved the mouth open as well, but for now masking is fine. That shape's kind of scary. I was afraid of that. That is actually a little bit of the fur, the top fur showing through. That's I don't like that. I think I might have just go. I think that's just something I have to go back and fix in the art phase though. Get rid of that little bit under there. Is it like that when closed? It probably is. Yeah, it is like that. Okay, I'll have to go back into the art. I'll have to go back into the mesh and fix that at some point. Not right now. Also, I feel like we can make this work. bit wider, a bit more open. It's very close to overlapping that. There. And she can yap. She is now capable of yapping. I think I actually do want the mesh to move down, or maybe I shouldn't be clipping, or I could clip it too. I presented a problem for myself, haven't I? Because my intent was to have this clip in that. I could have an inverse clip on the inside of the mouth. But then again, the inside of the mouth would overflow. Maybe I should have just made the muzzle part the clipping, but I wanted it to move separately so they could. This is a bit of a problem. Because as the mouth opens, the clipping area becomes much smaller. I suppose it should still be fine if I move it down a bit more. Okay, so I want to be able to move her, open her mouth just a bit wider. I'm going to be doing this. A really wide open. And then we, hello, Corrupted Hunter. How are you doing? Yeah, we select all these and go down like that. That should leave us space enough. Yeah, that looks about right. And I accidentally deselected. There we go. I just wanted to select these. Round it a bit so that when I eventually start doing head turns, it's not as much of an ass. Just slightly. Yeah, we do that. And then we can have this come down with it. I feel like I might want to give this a deformer. But the overall logic is that it can go like this. No, I don't go too far. Yeah. The beginnings of Mimi gets to talk is now there. I felt a sweat bead on my elbow, specifically for some reason. That was weird. Like, it's been getting warm here, but it's sort of like, why my elbow specifically? That's the first place I notice a sweat bead. Honestly, if it starts getting too, I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, how did I even get through streaming in a hot room last year? You weren't.
Sloopy voice line from FF14.
We're not actually doing the FF14, the Final Fantasy playlist this time. It's the Dark Souls playlist. What's sloppy? Right. Was that wait? Was that line from? Final Fantasy? I swear, I always thought it was like a Payday thing or something. That's what, how does it go? Like sloppy or something like that. I can't do it in the exact tone, but yeah, sloppy. I'll give this a deformer. End of Heaven's Sword. Oh, okay. Heaven's Sword. Oh, okay. Yep. I'm still only like midway through Heaven's Ward. Maybe even not even halfway. I keep thinking maybe I'll add it to the stream list of things to play. Play Final Fantasy 14 on stream or something. But then I'm like, I have so many other things to want to play. How does anyone commit to playing one specific game? I'm always a sort of like, I have so many different things I want to play. At this point, I'm only just starting to think I can actually nail down what I like, and it's fighting games, building games, strategy games, and action games. I don't mind puzzles, but that's more of a one-off thing. I think those four feel like feel like roughly, and it's a very wide category. What should I call this? Mouth, bottom, muzzle. Deform, open. Open. Okay, and I want to set this to smooth all. And we can just do a simple adjustment like this. I think I need to add one to the top muzzle as well. It just happens and they just randomly might fall out of the commitment. That was for you at least. What, you mean with Final Fantasy specifically, or did you used to stream? I never actually checked if you have. I never actually checked if you actually have any followers corrupted. I'm just realizing. I didn't think you're committing to a single game. I mean, okay, sort of. I'd be very embarrassed if I went this entire time and just sort of like didn't even realize you were a streamer. I feel like it would have come up at some point. Mouth, top, muzzle open. Never streamed and don't plan to. Fair enough. Yeah, how long you've been around our chats? I imagine you probably would have asked about collabing or something by now, if that was the case. But obviously not. News open. I hear a baby crying. That probably means this is a Bloodborne song. Yeah, this is definitely a Bloodborne song. Never ask a woman a follower account. Well, the follower account's just right down there. If you ask me, I'm going to assume you're just not paying attention. I don't do control that. Wait, what? Oh, I never made a mesh for the nose. Right. Standard. Little. Oh, little and standard the same. It's a very small part, so. Wait, go back. Make the deformer. There we go. I just edit this so it's around there. But yeah, that's part of why I can that's one of the reasons why I hang on. This has reminded me of a subject I was going to talk about and almost forgot. But sort of I've been very much feeling the mismatched part of my name recently, because when I originally chose that name, it was just Mismatched with no mimic. And I originally chose that because I have such a habit of flopping between different interests. I want to play fighting games this month. Next month will be factory games or something. Maybe one day I'll get around to doing Dungeon Keeper on stream. XCOM is also something I want to get doing. It's actually the next thing I want to get into the schedule whenever I find the chance. I've always had this thing of just flitting between different things. Same with my art projects. I'm always sort of like, I want to animate. I want to do Live2D. I want to make a comic. I want to make a game. I want to program something. I want to write. I want to write a story. And I will admit, those have all been coming back again because sort of I've been looking at my comic again and realizing just sort of I've gotten so much better at art. I could probably draw this a lot faster than I used to, which makes it a lot more realistic to actually continue the comic I was making. It's been over a year since I last touched it, but the story's still fresh in my head. And then there's the game dev. I haven't touched programming for 2 years at this point. Still don't really want to, but the desire to make a game still in there. I can make a lot of the art assets. The desire to get back into 3D as a result is getting pretty high. You know, go and learn Blender since I never did before. And obviously that's writing to do. I have a lot of games I want to make, but the one that's specifically in my mind right now is, for the longest time I've wanted to make a Dungeon Keeper like game, and I've been thinking about my dungeon, you know, for the stream, and it's making me think just sort of like, if I plan out my dungeon like a Dungeon Keeper game, then I could make a Dungeon Keeper game, and it's just. You checked it, that for whatever reason you actually have one follower here on Twitch. Fair enough. Some curious person, or a bot that doesn't know better. It used to be you could actually have friends and stuff on Twitch, so you could see what your friends were watching. That's not a thing anymore, is it? I remember early days being on Twitch. I had a friend or two, and I would see what they were watching. But then that part of the UI just disappeared at some point. Switchy just wanted to be nice. Shouldn't have moved that without making the keyframes. Changing these doesn't... Okay, yeah, that sticks between keyframes. Probably leave these level. But yeah, even the odd game dev bug has been coming back as I think about just sort of like, wouldn't it be cool to have a game that's like Dungeon Keeper but mix in a bit of Evil Genius and maybe a bit of the old what the old Dungeon series. I never played the Dungeon series, but I know they had a sort of lure in adventurers thing, but don't kill them. So you kind of harvest their fear or whatnot, and just sort of like that's kind of like my conceit around here. So I'm just sort of like, what if I could make a game like that? It's sort of like, You'd be down for a Mimics Dungeon game if it should ever become a reality. If I could convince people to like donate to a Patreon or watch my streams as I try and make such a game, but honestly, that kind of, like I said, I'm not a programmer. I mean, I am a programmer. I used to be a programmer. I do not like programming. Programming makes my head spin. Otherwise, I could make it make something like that for fun, but sort of even just even trying to consider what I'd need for the AI makes my head spin. Jesus. And the only game engine I know right now is Unity, the game engine that has been shitting the bed of late. Well, I say of late. The last thing I heard was them trying to do that stupid we'll charge you after a certain number of installs of your game, and it's sort of like, what? How do you even keep track of that? And I haven't seen what Unity's been doing since then. Okay, that's the mouth pose. Don't really need to worry about anything else. It's literally just mouth open and closed for when she's talking. Like she does now. Okay, so now we need mouth base. Next Dungeon, the visual novel. I have also made visual novels, so I know how to make those. That requires a lot less programming. I could actually do that. In theory. That's my silence of that silence is just me conversing to myself, just sort of like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't even consider it. I see you considering it. Stop considering it.
Dating? No, it's you avoiding being eaten.
Oh, I forgot to rename that one. News open. Now base. Now base open. So yeah, you can get to know the different denizens of the dungeon in an attempt to not get eaten. Maybe that's the conceit. In order to not get eaten, you befriend the Mimi. Oh right, yeah, I need to have both selected to solo. Here we go. It kind of goes on top, that's a bit awkward, but lets me see the rough shape. Mostly just want it to match so that it's translates better. or rather when I start moving the mouth in the with the head movements. So that, because that's one of the problems I had with this model. It's just kind of at a certain point, the head movements were causing some mouth glitches. So I'm hoping by being more exact about matters, I can avoid those glitches. Also, I will need to go back into the art program and sort that out at some point. It's going to annoy me. The new monetization idea is like if the manufacturer of a hammer would charge its construction worker for every time he built a house in which he used his hammer. After he already bought said hammer for full price. Huh? You've actually once seen a game in which you date a monster trying to eat you to prevent your demise. Can't remember the name, but I believe it was vampire themed. Yeah, that checks out. Monster wanted to eat you for dinner, and you woo them to take you out in a different way of thinking, in a different way of being, in a different manner. I want to be taken out to dinner, right? Right? I did actually want to make a little comic. Again, because, again, comics are just on the brain again, but I want to make a little comic of someone entering the dungeon, but someone who's not on the eat list. So Mimi just shows them out. As a sweet little but creepy thing. Why is that still there? Come along now. Okay, aside from this, that all looks perfect. Unity's new monetization is what you meant. Oh, right. right, yes, of course. Yeah, like the manufacturer of a hammer would charge construction worker every time you build a house in which you use the hammer when you already bought said hammer at full price. Yeah. It's one of those just sort of like, how can we gouge as much money from people as possible? And it just kind of reminded everyone that Unity in the end is a private company. Actually, no, wait, I think it's a public company, so it has to be sort of like increasing its shares, which makes the fact that it will do predatory monetization almost guaranteed, which is why people started going towards Godot, even though I think Godot is more of a 2D engine. But still, I think they walked all that back, but can't really trust a company that tried it in the first place. And then we clip all these to the mouth face. Did I not clip the mouth back to the base? Okay, so we'll set up all their positionings. Do I need to give them better vertexes for this? I mean, actually this front one I definitely will, because it's going to be moving a little bit when the head turns. The automatic mesh generation will probably be fine. Probably. It's a bit messy. These teeth aren't really going to be changing shape though, so they can stay as they are. I can't remember if I should be putting these in deformers as well, or I should just move them like normal. I should probably give them a deformer. Bottom teeth open, just to be sure. Yeah, honestly, I don't even know how they keep, with Unity's new monetization thing, I don't even know how they keep track of that. As far as I know from my time developing it, they don't have a direct link to, or at least they shouldn't have a direct link to the installation files. It kind of brings out just how much are they tracking of the installation files. Afterwards, it's sort of like Unity shouldn't know about that. And also GDPR should know about it. Like you're violating GDPR if you're tracking stuff you're not supposed to. The whole thing just stunk of just Unity. What are you doing? Does current old Mimi have fangs? Can't see them. Large fangs, big old chompers. That seems to be a thing I've become a fan of. I say become a fan of. It's sort of I always like the big chompers. Are you ready for EA games to have ads in the games? Oh well, I don't play EA games, so so no. They can take that and suck it. I mean, you've already got games with ads for their own in-store stuff. Suddenly having other stuff in there as well is just sort of like, ugh. Please no. Stop it already. 0.4. Put a keyframe here. What was it? Shift Control C, Shift Control like that. There we go. No, it's not actually enough to make her seem like she's clenching her teeth. Right, these aren't as big as I think. Are you ready for them to set it as the new norm? Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Every bit of scummy monetization will become the new norm as things progress. Just have to keep getting indie games instead of AAA games. Indie games won't betray us. or at least they have less reason to. I mean, they can still betray us, of course. Just yeah. At some point, I say at some point, it's already happened. Just sort of like AAA games are just AAA games are just sort of like you can't trust them anymore. So it's like it feels like everyone should just be going off them at this point. Of course, not everyone will, because there's still big franchises that everyone loves, which is understandable. It's sort of like you want your favorite franchise to keep going. It's just the people in charge are. We want the people in charge are focused on making money over making good product. If anything, most of the people in charge of those games companies these days are like, yeah, we'll be in charge of the company for a year. The company can go bust in that year for all they care. Then it's just they'll get their money regardless. So. All right, that's moving up. We should probably just put it in the same position. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. The one the biggest time saver of Live2D is the fact that you can't spin the models like you can in 3D. I swear, when I do 3D work, you can't help but spin. It's just nice. It's just nice to see your model in 3D like that. Lower to wait, which one's which? Oh, that's the back one, right? Can I lower opacity of the? I should be able to. I mean, I can, but these things actually have. Should be fine as long as I go back to change it. There we go. We can see the position of the teeth through all this now. It's a lot easier to work on this model. It's so much smaller than this model I made. By which I mean file size. I mean, it's also literally smaller, but the smaller file size makes the file much more responsive. I definitely made my file too big. My first go around, which is one of those mistakes just one of those I learned I made a mistake. I learned. And I can make improvements for next time. Just bringing all these in slightly just because I'm realizing the map isn't actually wide enough for them to all be really showing. No point having them so much at the edges as they are. And then don't need to move the top teeth. Not yet anyway. So lower tooth 3. Just give it a rotation deformer instead of a normal regular deformer. Movement. Yeah. Lower tooth 3 open. Not sure if it makes the most sense for the for the naming convention, but it's what I've got with going with now, so it's what we stick with. Lower tooth 2 open. Lower tooth 1 open. I did not realize how big those were looking. How do I shrink them again? Like that. When I say big, does not match the object itself at all. Okay, so we just to here. Then we move it up. Such. I think I want to actually line it up with these teeth though, so I need to turn off the upper teeth so I can see them. There we go. Admittedly, not even sure if these teeth are going to be all that visible. I mean, on the head turn, they probably will be, so it's still worth. Almost certainly worth. You know what I forgot I was going to do? I was going to join the Discord, see if anyone actually wants to join to talk while I'm doing all this. Been going for an hour and forgot to do that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to deciding on who I'm going to be making a model for come start next week. That is not supposed to be moving. There we go. Should have made it so they're a bit more interlocking, but then again, I don't know where I was going with it then again. is that everything? Okay, we can bring the opacity for these up again. There we go. And then we just upper tooth. Actually, just this entire side tooth stuff. Copy. Paste. I think if I delete this one, then I can reflect horizontally. Huh? So I just have to have these ones selected and then reflect horizontally? No. Huh? Okay, maybe not. Deformer position. Can I reflect the deformer position horizontally? No, it just does the center of the deformer position. Ox. Okay, what we do is the upper teeth easy enough. Reflect horizontally. Move them a little closer. And then I'll just move these ones manually. Even though I don't really know where I can do that. Simply. I'll just give this a simple one. Reflect horizontally. Delete that one. That I kept at least the spacing. Of course. Of course, it would do that. That's a little more awkward. Oh, this grid is so hard to see. Okay, then we can copy these ones, put them on there. No more teeth zooming about her mouth. Yeah. Okay. Zoomed in so far, there's no way anyone's going to be seeing that. Why does that feel a little bit laggy? Shouldn't be using that much CPU. Oh, ad starts in 20 seconds. I did not realize it's been an hour already. Jesus, got a mouth almost done. See what left is there. Might just do her tongue while the ads run. It's not a particularly important part. It's actually her mouth almost done though. Ow, Jesus. You know, that wasn't an owl. Just felt weird. Tongue outer, we want this. Below the top teeth, but above. Oh Jesus, how do you position? That's actually easier back with my mouth because I have my teeth rendered on top of the main mouth here. I guess here will do. We'll need a new parameter for that one. Okay, parameter. Tongue out. Minimum 0, maximum 1. Let's. No, we don't need to worry about rendering that in front of the chest. Although, could we? Hang on, where's the front of the chest? Why did that do all that? Started rendering the teeth. I didn't bring the teeth with it. Why does moving the tongue out of order also make the teeth render out of order? What is that? Wait. Okay, I appear to have fucked up something without realizing. But I could have that above there, although I need to be above the shadow as well, jeez. All the way up here. So the tongue... Having the tongue hang slightly over the edge, I kind of like that, though. But also that was not supposed to be on that layer. Why is that on that layer? Hang on. Now I need to see what did I... Oh yeah, I messed up the teeth. Wait, did the bottom teeth have what they should have as well? You know, the bottom teeth has the extension. It's the top teeth that doesn't have the extension. Ah, they messed up. In my curiosity, I learned that I messed up. All right, I guess we're going to fix some stuff in Clip Studio for a second. that was a big frick up. I thought the tongue would just be quick to do. I could just do it in the ad break. Looks like Mimi just slurped something with lots of milk foam. I guess it takes a little bit to load. Okay, back to this file. Okay, so since we're here, we have two things to fix. That slight pixely bit that shouldn't be on here. Yeah, that bit. So that's the top fur. Quick delete. Oh, need the hard brush. Hello, Monolith. I am doing fine. Just a bit quiet because I'm currently I have to think a lot more during all this. You're finally home during stream time. Ah, nice to see you. Nice to see you. we're making Mimi move. I've just realised I messed up a couple of things, so I need to fix the art file. That's not too big of a biggie. That's not too big of a deal. Okay, so we were moving over the top fur. We delete that one. Bring that one in. Merge selected layers, and I'm gonna mark that one blue for I need to. Actually, no, wait, mark it green. It's done. It's done. Done like everything else. I'm going to be extracting the same file. You're sending Twitter images of women from Twitter. You're sending images of women from Twitter to a friend. Okay. I don't know what to do with that information. I mean, I do that pretty often as well, but I'm not usually announcing it on people's streams. It's sort of like, is it really that important to be ringing up like that? Let's see, one tongue outer. Yep. And I wanted to cut that. Top teeth. That's where it's supposed to go. Merge with layer below. We take both of these, copy, go into the merged file. That was the tongue outer and top teeth. We delete those. Paste. Merge and merge. A lot of people seem to just work, as far as I've seen, people just work on the single layer which they're making, but I always kind of make I make a line layer, a base layer, a shade layer, and a highlight layer. So I end up making folders for each layer, which I then merge into a merge file, which is what we have going on here. You don't either, but you're starting Helldivers and you want to leave on a wild note, huh? Okay. yeah. I mean, yeah. I send pictures to my friends all the time as well, so I can certainly understand the activity. It was just the telling us that felt so out of left field. Sounds like a good activity with an enjoyable view. Yeah, when you're sending your friend pictures of women, they better include me. Since you're here watching me, you might as well just be sending them pictures of me as well. Spread the good word. Double check. This is all proper now. Okay, that's all proper now. Everything that should be deleted is deleted. Spread more like Think very carefully about how you're going to finish that sentence. Okay, I overwrote that file. Will that translate the changes into this already, or? Okay, now I need to. Can't meme. When could you ever? I'm kidding. I'm being a little meanie for the funnies. Mimi TV1 PS merge PSD. Oh, right, I didn't rename the original. Ah, that's fine. Put it on here, replace that one. Okay, where do I go in here again? Source image, replacement completed. Used model images, 0, so we can just delete that one. Delete unused layer, so we can just delete the entire thing. Cool. I think that fixed it. Didn't mess anything up, did it? No. Everything looks fine. Top teeth are as they should be, yes? No? Oh, no, wait. Yeah, no, they are. They are. Just getting cut off by the mouth shape. You love the heavy frog seems to not have a worry in the world. Yes, I very specifically gave it a very tired look, like it's not even thinking that much about what it's doing. Right. So I should really be checking direct messages after stream, but I just noticed one. It's simply heavy in there. Yes, exactly. It will appear and drop on. Yeah, the intent is that it will drop from the sky on here, force the chest closed. Probably. Or it can hang on the top like this. And there it stays hidden so it's out of my way while I'm working. She yapping. Oh yeah, I was going to do tongue out, wasn't I? That's what started this whole misadventure. So we want to add a large or standard, I think large deformation. Tongue extend deformer. Huh? Oh, right, yeah, I have the deformers hidden. But yeah, I really wasn't sure. The whole heavy frog idea was very just sort of like, well, that seems weird, and I'm not going to bother with it when first proposed. But now I'm just sort of like rolling with it. It's funny. Frogs as natural enemies of mimics, just sort of like, it's funny. 0.1. That, so then we put the opacity down here. Say blip, blip. I'll worry about the physics for that later, but just it has the extension now. I say I'll worry about the physics for that later. What level should the physics be on? Physics should actually be on under the extension layer, shouldn't they? Maybe I should worry about the physics then. But just have it a little swing tongue. Yeah, you know, fair point. Fair point, me. Physics go underneath that thing, so we need to. So tongue phys 2, and then 116. So no wait, 4, 3, 6. Yeah. Tongue phys 1 and tongue extend. I should play Dark Souls 1 again at some point. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I last played that. I mean, we still need to finish the Dark Souls 3 playthrough, don't I? But I just wasn't feeling that game as much. Maybe I was. It was fine. It wasn't exciting me like Dark Souls 1 was. It would be fun to get the remastered version so that I could have online play again. You tried, but you really can't remember how you came up with the idea of the heavy frog in general. You're just completely out of context back then. I mean, we at the time we were playing Project Zomboid, so it really was completely out of context. There was no context for the heavy frog. We were playing a zombie game, and then suddenly the idea of frogs. I wouldn't be surprised if Monolith had a hand in it for some reason, considering they have a frog avatar. So it's probably their thing in some regard. Did I save the Zomboid VODs? I think the Zomboid might have been actually the first game I've saved the VODs of. I should really think about uploading those at some point. I just don't know if I have to re-render them to MP3 or 4. I mean, I could re-render them to MP3, but there wouldn't be anything to watch, just audio. Okay, cool. And then if you're hydrating me after I hydrate. I try to do it all the same though. I drink and drink until I can't drink no more. If that's what you guys are going to force me to do. I'll pause the check. My brain registered the change, registered something had happened, but didn't know quite where to look for some reason. Should I just be moving this up, or don't make it weird? Okay, I won't. Too much. Tongue extend. I mean, should I just have it on the mouth open, or should I just make a second deformer? Honestly, probably easier just make a second deformer. Tongue extend open. We put it on this one for the position, but we'll probably want it to actually 107 206. Actually have it all disappear again. Of course, that could potentially mean that her tongue will constantly be disappearing and reappearing. I could probably make some kind of setting that prevents that, though. Opacity, so I can see where it is. In the correct position. There we go. Usually it's me telling you, yeah. Wasn't Monolith also involved in the creation of Witchy's favourite character, Spamsuki? I do not remember that. I remember it mostly being Beautiful's thing. I remember it being very much the thing Beautiful for, but I guess Monolith might have had a hand in that. I just didn't remember. There you go. So if tongue is set to extend, it will come out whenever she opens her mouth. Of course, this will be the talking variable as well, so it'll just be meh, 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 meh. Unless I have something that forces her mouth open. Necessary? Maybe not. Fun? Yes. I made the tongue, so I'm gonna play with it. I think that's basically all of it, though. Might as well make the tongue physics while I'm here, then. Let's do -30 to 30. Tongue X, Y, Z, X. Tongue X1. Tongue X2. You're the one with the spam Blush. The evidence was stacked. Regardless of who started it, which did say she was playing up her dislike of it. I would choose to believe she wasn't as disliking of it as. Okay, that's. What's the easy way to do this? Probably just doing it this way, actually. Or we don't want it going too far. Like this will do. I want to be grabbing those. I want to be grabbing these. And I think I can just reflect motion on that. There we go. That's always a neat feature in all this. That said, I feel like it's not quite working for this. Need to just move it over a little. There you go. It kind of widens a little, actually. There you go. So reflect again. You only know for a fact that Fern, Laura, and you are involved as well during this creation of Spamsuki. You put too much going pixel by pixel to paint the lost word PNG, face and color tone. Hang on. I've been looked away for too long to working on this thing. I've lost track of what you guys are talking about. Insert Robotnik. What are you two fucking talking about over there? Meme. In retrospect, I don't actually want to shrink it. There, I honestly have no idea how well this will come out, but I just deselect everything. Bit jank. Is there any way I can fix that jank? Yeah, the jank seems to be present here as well, so I just need to soften the corner actually. There we go, that looks better, right? That looks better. Right, horizontally again. Nice long swingy tongue, which I think is actually rigged better than my current one, which, makes sense. This is my second time doing it. How did I rig my one? Doesn't swing anywhere near as far, my one. I need to be more extreme with the angles. Sometimes. This doesn't really work with this mouth. Where's the wide mouth? I should combine the tongue with the actual mouth open. That works a bit. I need to make more all-in-one expressions because I have not been using. I have so many things I have not been using lately just because I panting mimic. What did I set the default value for tongue out? 0. Okay. So if I reset the default values, yep. The mouth will close. Is that everything on the mouth? It's going to be a bit of a mess, but we can sort that out later. I don't need to worry about making these blink. Although, I was thinking, should I make it so that these eyes can blink? Because currently I don't have the capability of them doing that. But I was just thinking, sort of like I could add a bit of skin that makes them blink. Yes, would make sense, yeah. Yeah, because these eyes don't need to blink. They're not real. She's a little different to this Mimi that does blink through those eyes, because she is looking through those eyes. This Mimi is not looking through these eyes. She's looking through these eyes. So maybe I should make some eyelids for those to blink with. I'll have to worry about those later. Or I'll say worry about those later. I could just go back into the folder and actually just whip something up quickly. Wouldn't exactly be a difficult ask. I guess I will. It's a little awkward because of these shadows, though. They just lick them to make him wet like a chameleon. Is that how chameleons do it? I don't know anything about chameleons, so I'm going to believe you, but... That's the mouth done, so I guess the head turn... There's no blinks that need to be done. That or frogs. Pretty sure frogs blink, don't they? Either that or I've seen them blinking in cartoons and that not being accurate. Any repertoire doesn't have eyelids. Right. Chat, is this real? Pardon me. You get the feeling that you would end up collecting lots of different memes over your VTuber existence, Mimic. Like I said, another VTuber keeps making new models for herself. I mean, yeah, the memes are good practice at this point. this is going to be the third Mimi, and well, Mimi version 1 is probably never going to be lost because she was technically the first model I made. So it's always going to be nice to keep her around. But this is like the more professionally made. Like this Mimi, the Mimi down here. The Mimi that like. I regret not having a hand that I can point down with. This Mimi right here was the first Mimi I ever made. I made her in about a week. And she was my first foray into figuring out if I can even do Live2D. And that little bit of experience was enough for me to then go on and make this model, my model. Which also came with this Mimi, who at some point I will also separate from my hands to make her the fourth Mimi. And then we have the third Mimi that we're working on right now. Honestly, if it weren't for the fact that I'm trying to keep my projects small, like if I was making money from VTubing, like that certain other VTuber makes, I assume you're talking about Juniper, who is also a big inspiration for me. I would absolutely I'd say I'd absolutely keep making more models for myself. No, actually I would. Actually, I would keep making more models for myself. I do still have ideas. Thing is, I have lots of ideas on what to make. As I said, comics, games, models. It's sort of like there is no shortage of things I could be making. But right now, I just need to be focusing on finding a way to actually convince people to part ways with their money for what I make. It's either that or I'm going to have to find a job. Not that I'm against working jobs, it's just so hard to friggin' find one to do. Especially looking for part-time jobs. It's sort of like, yeah, I can survive on 25 hours a day. Is anyone doing those hours? No. I find one place that was doing those kind of hours, and they say, oh yeah, after a few months it probably turned into a full-time job. And I'm just sort of like, that was not what I applied for. Frex. So V4 will be an autonomous form of V2. Could get some interesting laws. Well, yeah. And then there's also the one I've mentioned her before, Mima, which is basically Mimi V5. So currently currently Mimi V1 and Mimi V3 are the same Mimi, just upgraded, and V4 would thus be V2 upgraded. V5 would be a separate Mimi. What was I thinking about here? Oh yeah, you know what? Just because I feel like adding the blinking after setting up the ears to move would be more awkward than doing the blinking first, I'm going to make an eyelid. So we'll just need to switch around again. Take a second to load. So many layers. Still loads far quicker than my model. Where's the ear? Where's the ear? Where's the ear? Okay, we can just turn all this off. Get out of the way. Should just need a single part for this. Above the eye. Yeah. eyelid. Not I lied. No E at the end. Tablet is plugged in. Okay, cool. Just move everything out of my way because I did not clean up my desk in anticipation of having to use the tablet. This is all going to be a mouse thing. But yeah, the lore of the lore of the memes, the lore of the the lore of the dungeon, the lore of even the frogs' involvement in the dungeon is expanding every day. You just understood I light? I said I lied. Lid with an E on the end. I liday. Get the people out of the way so I can see where the line is. Like I literally just need one line. Don't even need to be that steady. In fact, it being unsteady is probably better. But that works. Then we take the eye color. So my mouse is on the right side. I use that for zooming past 100%. Because I made it so that my tablet can't zoom past 100% as a safety measure to stop me from constantly zooming in at 100%. Doesn't stop me from trying, but it makes me have to think about it. At the very least, when I notice that I'm stuck in 100% zoom, I'm like, okay, time to stop. Time to go back to 100% zoom instead of staying stuck in like 200 or 400% zoom, because no one's going to notice what's in the zoom level past 100. The point of 100% zoom is that's like the maximum level of detail anyone's going to see it in, if that. Yeah, we can add some shade to this. Let's see, how should I detail this? Would it be little lines like this, or would it be sideways? Sideways doesn't seem right. That's not where the folds would be. The folds would be on the side. So it would go like this. Like that. And you'd probably actually have some shadow at the bottom. Because it would be a rounded edge. Yeah, that looks like it'll be gross at a distance. Yeah, that works. copy that, turn everything else back on. Open the merge file. What level did that go on? Went just above the ear eye here. Yep, eyelid. Looking all good. Looks all good. Merge layer. Mark green for done. And then save the PSD copy. Cool. And then we open that. Open the PSD, put it in there, put it in, replace that. And there we go. There we go. We have an eyelid. A gross little eyelid. So, okay, I can put the tablet away now. Bring the keyboard back. Alright, yeah, the reason I was showing that was because I hadn't switched back to the Live2D option. There we go. Close the Clip Studio stuff again. Is this what you call feature creep? I didn't mean for there to be a blink in here at first, but then I added it. Is there a blink? There isn't a blink already, so I have to make a blink one of my own, I think. Yeah, no blink. Fair enough. What is... Okay. Bringing up this thing that's in my way all the time. I blink.
Feature creep. More like creature creep got M.
Yeah, sure. Feature, wait. Oh no, that's just a separate ERI. Wait, where did I put that? Also, I put this here for checking how it looked, but honestly, I think I should get rid of this the stuff on the right side here. At least for now. It's easier to copy things over once it's all set up on one side. Yep. Okay, we're just here. Where did it put you? Ah, yeah, it just didn't know where to put you because you didn't exist before, so it didn't know where to put you with the replacements. There you go. Delete that folder. Cool. It's nice and simple to add things in here. It's kind of nice. Just it's nice being able to do all this model, all this messing things around and not be scared of it, because obviously when I started making it, I didn't know when I started making these models in this, I didn't know what did what and what would break things. But now I'm at the point of actually doing things without entirely thinking about it too hard. Just nice. Wasn't respected to how I was doing anything in my previous models. It just what you're pointing at? Why was my brain unable to progress past Wadia? What are you pointing at over there? You're pointing at me? You know, it's rude to point. I gave you that emote though, so that's kind of on me. Plot. No plotting in my dungeon. Huh? Wait, what's this doing here? Oh, I had the mirror edit on. Did not realize. Simple fix. I can just reflect horizontally. It went all the way over there. That's fair. Kind of expected that. Like some kind of gross cocoon. Okay, now I'm the one who designed this, and I decided to go with it specifically because it would be gross, but still, it's gross. Come back. You can plot. You can plot a little. You have a staff meeting, so you have to disappear anyway. Okay, go plot during a staff meeting. Not against me. Plot against the staff. Eyelid. Blink. L. It's technically her L, but my R. I'm going to do it for her L. LL. The left blink. And I think 1 should be the closed, so 0 should be the open. Can I do it like this? Kinda. I need slightly more. No, not those. We want more of these to make it smoother. Yeah, we'll leave that where it is. The wrong thing. I think if we copy this one, make it 0, 1. Now, does it look fine if I leave it like this? Or just... Yeah, honestly, that's probably fine. eyelid LR. Four up, one that way. 8 up. Let's just hide Mimi's head so I can see what's going on here. Oh no, wait, didn't set the keyframes. That would have been a bugger if I did that without noticing. Almost time for medication, but just in time because we've just about finished this. And done. So, schlop, schlop, schlop. Absolutely disgusting. Love it. One for that get very obnoxious very quickly. Just imagining this with a little sound whenever it closes. Okay, that's a perfect time to take a break, I think. I think we just need some ear physics, and then right now I need medication and the toilet, so we'll do that, and then we'll come back to this. I also want to get to the bloody opening and closing of the chest, but we'll have to worry about that later. I feel like I should get Mimi finished inside the chest before I start making the outside chest stuff. Anyway, break time. I forgot to put the words on screen, words on stream URL on. That's fine. Okay, time to take 5 minutes to get medication and stuff, so have fun with this while I'm gone. You know what? I don't think I would have gone Sappho. My brain was constantly looking for a refuse or something like that. Welcome back. Or we're back, I suppose. I'm the one who's back, so why am I saying welcome back to you guys? You've been here this entire time playing Words on stream. I'm the one who went away. Schlop. Okay, so what is there currently done? We have I think the ear physics. The ears could do with a little bit of physics. I think. In preparation for the turning. Which physics would they do? They need up, down, left, right. So I didn't do an up-down physics for the tongue, did I? Does the tongue need up-down physics? I feel like I could benefit from them. This all needs some deeper organization, but open up, tongue out. We don't need any new deformers. We just need some tongue Y1, tongue Y1, and tongue Y2. Not sure it really needs to be up to number 30. It would make it -10. It's going to be a much more minor movement. Relatively. Let's give it some up-down bounce. I feel like that's one of the things I forgot about mostly with this model was up-down bounce. Like it has some up-down movements, but it doesn't move up and down as much as some other models do. I made a lot of focus on left and right. Which, you know, it works for me, but I just feel like at some point I just forgot. Oops. Now she really looks like she's panting like that. And I think I can just synthesize these corners. Maybe we should do it in the other direction. Okay, no. Go forward again, just the synthesizing of corners that I wanted to go back from. Reflect motion, reflected bear. No, I just want to swap the keyframes. Okay. Put that keyframe on there. Oh, wait, I need to not have that selected. So copy that one. Put that there. Copy that one. Put that there. Copy that one. Put that there. Delete that one. There. And if we do that, it's got the on the up and down. So we synthesize those corners. A very minor movement. Should I make it more extreme? It'll be fine, it'll be fine. Like I said, I didn't want it to be all that extreme. Maybe I can make the tip more extreme. So left is down. That makes sense because it's the minus value. Yeah, so the minus value goes lower. Talk to you later. Okay, have fun your business meeting. I know it's not exactly a fun thing, but I don't know. Try and have fun regardless. Make fun of your boss or something. Don't get fired. Fire your boss instead. Oh, if only it was possible. But you need the rest of the company to be on your side for that one. Honestly, doing these wiggly physics is probably one of the more fun things I find, which probably have evidenced by the fact that I have all these tentacles. I had fun making all these tentacles wiggle. Sorry, I seem to have been going a lot more quiet during doing all this. Sort of, I'd say it's because I'm enjoying doing this more, but I've talked plenty while doing things. I talk plenty while playing games and stuff. Maybe it's just because I can't talk so much about what I'm doing so much. I mean, I can, but I don't seem to be doing its match, maybe because I'm trying to recall what I've done so much. And so it's just I'm getting caught in the thing sort of like I've made something wiggly and I just wiggle it. Caught in a little trap of just wiggling the stuff instead of moving on to the next bloody thing. Let's make a mouth folder. Just to get some organization going on in here. There we go. We won't need these hair moving ones. But we need these body moving ones. I do like having it so they can lean the body a little. I don't think we need the body turning as much. Maybe we can have a little body turning. I don't know. We need to figure out the head turns first. We're going to let it have some head turns just so that it can both move with animations and so it can continue to mimic my motions, like our little one down here is. Schlop. I have to remember to record a little when we before end of stream so that I can show people what I've been making. Oh, speaking of showing people what I've been making, hang on, I'm going to take a drink before I start going down this tirade. Okay, it's not a tirade of such, but I literally just thought of this while I was out getting medication. I'm just thinking once I finish the once the giveaway concludes, I will need a pinned commission post again. And so like obviously I could pin my old one again if I can find it. I'm just thinking maybe making a new one. And I've just been thinking sort of how do I express that I can do things other than Live2D? Because I've made my own emotes, I've made my own backgrounds, and I just need whatever I can get. And I realized I made the commission post, but it linked to my showcase. And sort of like, but my most recent giveaway video had a dedicated video explaining what it was about. So I'm sort of like, why don't I make a dedicated video explaining what I'm about and the kind of art I do and the kind of things people can get. I can put in emotes, I can put in my backgrounds, I can put in the animated be right back screen I did for Witch. It's like I can put in all my work in a short video. Why didn't I do that before? I didn't think about it at the time. So that's probably going to be a thing I work on the weekend now that I thought about it. Do everything I can to sort of... The original showcase felt good enough, but sort of like I need a dedicated just sort of like, hey, you want things from me? These are the things I can give you. You can do a Live2D thing, we have the form, but you can also just ask me for anything else. Ah. So yeah, adding that to the to-do list, even though I wanted to spend a lot of my time working on this. It would take me a couple of days to make a video like that. I need to actually plan it. Maybe I won't do it this week. Maybe we'll do it sometime next week. I also need to pick who's going to be winning the giveaway. I have an idea, but you never know who else will end up participating. Mimic, you've forgotten which part you were going to work on. Which part were you going to work on? We make the, okay, we make the bottom ear back, the ear eye, the eyelid. Ear back, ear eye. Oh no, wait, we need to give this stuff the actual proper meshes before we start messing with that. Deformation large, standard. Deformation little. What standard do? I feel like deformation large might be more ideal, especially with some of the other stuff I intend to do. Because I want the eye to actually turn. I want this all to turn in a way that detail gets maintained. So let's go with deformation large. Maybe. Actually, wait. Standard should be fine. No, we'll go with large. Ear out has a similar setup. Kind of like if I could solo it. Yeah, I'm not as fond of all that. It's working how it is because of how open it is. Ear back is fine. We need to do this one differently though. Well, that was inaccurate. I should get my tablet back out for this. I didn't have to keep lifting it over the keyboard. Keep it in a more permanent position. Still not all that accurate. It's, in fact, I kind of messed up extremely right there. Close enough. We can alter as we go. Ow. But yeah, we want to make this wider to just get everything in. We can alter that at the end there. 18, have it even. Okay, let's go around and correct this also. It's a bit more centered. As long as it's inside, it should be fine. Make sure we don't have any stragglers outside. Like I said, we'll fix this bit later. We'll just get all this working. And then we'll widen out this bit. I hope that's not ruining anything on the other ends. Doesn't look like it. Sorry, I'm just in quiet thinking mode while doing this stuff. It's kind of the nice thing I've learned. Drawing seems to have become much more automatic for me. I can chat during that while drawing easier these days. which is nice. It's why I feel confident enough that I can do, like, return to doing my comic stuff again. And just make all those random drawings I've been making in the weekends. As I said to Mochi, I should make an appeal shot. Or an appeal piece. That's a bit more TOS. Safe. I know this is Dark Souls lo-fi, but it's giving me Final Fantasy VIII vibes currently. Just that kind of soundscape. There, I think that'll do. Doesn't really matter what happens in the middle because it's all transparent. There we go. I mean, regardless of how talkative I am, right? For now, you're interested in what's going on right now? Seeing me put Mimi together like this? Oh, that's the shine. Right. Now that works. I thought I had the pupil selected. No, I think this will be fine. The head's not going to be turning that much. Save processing by not having this ultra detailed version. The less vertices, the better. Gonna keep it for that though. Connecting chat. Okay, Streamlabs still looks fine. Well, that said, should I be... Nah, I don't think I need to glue it. It'll be fine. Right? Probably. I mean, oops. The physics of the left and right turning. I want to do that inside that, so... Okay. Yes, we start making a... ear inside XY. This one should still be... Yeah, just want to be able to move it around like that. Would it be better if I glued it? I think it might actually be better if I glue it. Because then I can move around the center bit without the outer bit moving around. Yeah, that sounds sensible. Might just take a little bit of finagling. Choose the ear outer. And then we get this one and edits. If I just copy on it, won't delete any of the other ones. I think it's very confusing. So quick delete. Now we have arrays. If I just get rid of all these edge ones, I can replace them while keeping the detail of the middle ones. I didn't make extensive use of gluing in my current model. And honestly, I probably should have. We copy these ones in and still got a load which should be connected but aren't. Or rather overlapping ones that shouldn't be overlapping. Ones that are just a little too close. A little bit of mesh cleanup. I mean, this is part of the whole thing. This is where my 3D modeling experience comes in. Creating cleaner meshes was just the done thing in that. It's another one of those reasons I went into, like, I decided I was going to do Live2D. Was sort of like, there's some skills from the previous stuff I've done that do still transfer over. Including mesh finagling. Makes it feel like they carry over. Obviously, it's not an entirely one-to-one thing, but yeah, transferable skills. That ever magic word. I mean, it's very useful. I probably had one of. I had an interview earlier this week, and would you believe my experience with streaming actually helped? Well, almost helped. It seemed like I was impressing them up until the point where they said it would be a part-time job that would become full-time, and I had, maybe I could have fibbed, but I was a little too honest. Just saying, oh yeah, I wasn't looking for full-time work, I was looking for part-time work. I still want time to work on this stuff, and I can afford to be in part-time work. But no, things ended up not progressing because of that. They wanted a full-time worker and they didn't say so on the job adverts, which is ever so vexing. I mean, they're a small company, so it's sort of like they needed part-time people for the interim, but they didn't intend for it to stay a part-time thing. To my chagrin. Oh well, their loss. Like it would have been better for everyone if they just hired two people at 25 hours. Neither person ends up overworked. And they get someone who's very good at their job. That being me. I'm very good at my job. I can be very good at my job. I think I'm pretty good at my jobs. I do pretty well. Oh, I forgot to delete that. Should delete that. Where is it? We don't need these extraneous parts here. Yeah, that all covers the right mesh. I should have checked that first, but it all works. Now the awkward part, I need to select all the vertices on the edge. Although, can I bind these ones, then select around, then bind more? Looks like I can. Bind as we go around, and then unbind any that I make a mistake on, but also try to make sure I don't miss any either. Because we just want these ones on this sort of outer shape I made here. Wait, I'm stupid. It'll only bind the ones that are actually overlapping anyway. So I could just select them all in, it won't bind the ones that don't have an overlap anyway. I was about to do it the long way round. Hey, that's what they call a learning experience. Okay, so glue weight A and weight B. Which one's A and which one's B? If I grab the outer, will that one be the one that... I mean, we're not going to be dragging it like that anyway, so... as much as I could move the inside bit without causing problems. This will be fine. Not strong enough though. Supposed to have 100% control. I did it that way and it's... Right, okay, yeah, outer doesn't have the full control, so it's not that way. Instead, what did I need to do? Was it Alt or was it Shift? It was Shift. Now if I move ear out to, yeah, it's all nice and stuck to it. As it should be. So now, if my calculations are correct, what am I talking about? If my expectations are correct, I should be able to back XY. I put this deformer on it. And now I can move it about. The inside edges will stay glued. That's maybe not the most ideal look, but well, I could increase the bezier so it's, well, that's actually worse. This is where I find out that glue wasn't the best choice. It's keeping it very static in the middle there. Do I need to be smarter about this? Probably. I wasn't very smart about where the vertices go. Where's the eye? Where's the ear top? Get rid of that so I can see what's happening back here. Yeah, okay, I should have. Maybe altered that a bit better. Let's remove the glue. For now, I think I can still finagle this. We kind of just want to move these ones specifically away from the lines. Yeah, we bring all these edges to closer. Then we just need to clean up. Again, more learning experience, just I need cleaner, needed a cleaner mesh. I was a bit too haphazard about it. Onto the edge of the mesh of the, what's going on there? Oh, that's the other stuff on the other layer. It's all semi-transparent. Not totally transparent. Is there a shortcut for a grab the canvas and move it button? It's not the shift, control, or alt stuff. That would be too easy. I mean, those are modifier keys. I can use middle mouse click. Stops with the constant zooming in and out. Okay, so that should have moved both. Yeah, that moved both. Because that's all fine. So now I just need to clean up these connections, which got a bit messy. I will admit. You must just need to make a separate layer around here, slightly outside those lines, so I can move those around without causing much issue. Okay, I don't like how that one's laid out, so I'll cause problems. I'll just leave that auto connect there. That actually looks more sensible than what I put in. We need another vertex here. Do I still want that connected like that? That'll probably be fine. I'm already planning on moving that part that won't matter much anyway. If I just move these to the outside of this, then the glue should only affect these real edge case areas, just to prevent them from disconnecting. I feel like it should. That stuff could be connected, but I kind of go around this edge. Wait, is that the... Oh, that's the stuff I shouldn't be touching. Just in case I do accidentally mess with something like that, let's bring this back up. Double check I've not been messing with anything I should have been. Alright, that's kind of... Oh no, I'll put these on the edge, but they're still along here. Right, this was the one I made that was on the edge. Yeah. I guess those could still be fine there. What are you trying to do? Yeah, I see that would become a bit of a complication. I think we just connect these ones. Like that. Auto connect some. It's getting a bit messy around here. Not too fond of that. But that'll probably be fine. This bit here, these vertices will be affected. So I really should just delete that. It's just very close, so that's going to be a problem regardless. Delete around the edge. So I at least know which bit I'm supposed to be working in. Try and clean this up so it all moves better. And that's where it splits off again. We go like that and like that. Do the bits where it's nice and obvious. Like that. Then we can come in here and that shouldn't cause too much issue. Keep going around like that. The auto connect can do its thing. An extra one there just to make the corner. Here's the thing, that's a little too close. Suppose I could put something around here. I'm so close that will almost become a problem later on. Feels like. No, let's see how it pans out. I must have forgot about the middle click again. Okay, I'm gonna leave that like that. I'll use the glue again. Bind. Things like this, which end up making models take longer to make, trying to get all this stuff working. Oh, it's affecting the glue because the glue has half effect. Right, yeah. So do that. And just grab this one. Okay, it's following that. There's a little bit of a smears, but that might. I might be able to fix that. Turn off the glue to make sure everything's fine again. Say turn off the glue. I mean straight up delete the glue. See, we can move this one a bit close to give me a little more space to work with. I mean, if we make this work, then we can make the inside of the ear look like it turns a bit more naturally. Well, maybe not naturally, but I feel like you understand what I'm trying to do here. Wait, don't make anything new while in the double mesh. That might start confusing matters. Make sure it doesn't overlap any vertices. Can we go in here and mostly just need to move this one slightly further out? I think the rest are fine. A little more to here. Okay, let's try gluing this. I could shy away from all this and just do it manually, but sort of like I feel like I should learn gluing and proper mesh topology for things like this. Just sort of like if you avoid the problem, you'll never get better at the problem. So All right. This. And yeah, the inside shadows still go a bit weird, but honestly not bad. What does the inside look on the shadows that's making it act like that? Okay, so I brought it in slightly. Oh, I see, it's because of this bit here. So wait, if I made it go across that way instead, forced it that way. Can I do that without worrying about the glue? Technically aren't parts that glued. Yeah, so that's going that way. So what if I add another one here? Not that. Doesn't really change matters. No. It's a minor enough problem. I think I could live with it. Trying to see why people work with more with models with a bit more blurry shading. I could probably fix that if I just move that way a bit. Right. No real effect. It's just because the topology stretches that, and that bit is in the middle of the bit that stretches. So the way to solve it would be to get this bit back in the shadow. Problem with all of this stuff, but the shadow's so close to the edge. They're just going to blur up because of the topology. Not as much of the thing here because it's a less thin topology. I'm not going to move it so much. What the actual way I'd fix that would be to move these away. But because of those lines, because I moved them close because of those lines, I could move this one close, that one down, then we just get blurry there. So like that would reduces the blur somewhat. Just get a tiny bit of blur there. That's better than the big smear. We're not really going to be moving this that much anyway. It's more going to be like that and this, so the ear, so the to sort of like have the depth of the thing moving with the eye. That's probably that. Yeah, that's good enough. I mean, she's also going to be small. Like her size on the screen is actually just going to be about this size, probably, maybe this size. At which point, yeah, you're not seeing jack or shit from this far away. It's just sort of like we have no need to worry. And this is what I mean by if you're zoomed in past 100%, zoom out. Because I think I ended up doing all of that at about 200. Yeah, I did that at about 200% zoom, like an idiot. I don't know. I just wanted to figure out how it worked. I mean, I knew how it worked. I just kind of wanted to dive deeper into it to see how things go. I'm still in the experimenting phase, I guess. At least when I get the opportunity to. Obviously, if I make something for someone else, then that's the point where I'm just sort of like less experimenting. Actually, no, I guess I would still experiment to make sure it's done right. If anything, I should start experimenting more to make sure it's done right. Still, time limits are a thing. I mean, there's a time limit for this as well. I could get it done by the end of the week. I think possible. Another 4 days working on this. Honestly, I think once I get the head turned done, I think I'm actually past the trickiest points. Oh, add in progress. Which means we're probably near the end, actually. Everything gets picked up. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to working on these legs as well. And my plan for making the chest open. How can I do the head? Mostly a flat inside. Might be worth opening my model, just double check how I did it. You use a mesh and then you do a deformer, but then you delete the deformer afterwards. Something like that. Remember why they deleted deformer, but I'll have to look that up, double check. Still, I kind of like the progress we made today. We got the mouth, the tongue, the wiggly tongues, Schlop. Schlorpy blink. Okay, I think I'll record a separate video just so that I can. That's experimenting in more for the sake of experimenting, more experimenting for QA. Yes, exactly. I'm not experimenting. Yeah, not experimenting simply for experimenting's sake, but it's to make sure the quality is assured for my clients, for my future clients, and for myself. I like having a quality model. God, it's so disgusting. I love it. I don't know why I feel like it's disgusting. It's a blinking ear. That's what's disgusting about it. It's a blinking ear. But yeah, let's see. I need physics for. Can she see sounds?
It's veiny is why.
It's yeah. It's probably because it's veiny. But can she see sounds? That's actually a good question. Her eye is in her ear, so maybe she is combining senses. She can hear with her eyes, and she can see with her ears. They are big enough ears that they are definitely functional ears, definitely fleshy enough. Yeah, Mimi, do you like your fleshy, veiny eye ears? Yeah, I just need to make the physics for the ear for when it's bouncing around. And then once I have that, I can do the looking around stuff. Head tilt's easy enough. We can do a body tilt as well. We don't need to worry about body turning. We can make the body turn a little. Have the arms turn with it. Then we need the arm movements. Then this little, you see this little arm here, which needs to not be on that level. Where did I put it? Hand on chest. It needs to be over the chest front. Ah, like that. You know, wait. Over the shade, like that. I think I need that to move around with how she's turned as well. Slide left and right. That's an easy enough thing. Make it with the body movement. Yeah. Sounds like a plan. I might not get time to work on it tomorrow, but certainly work on it on Friday. Did the joke already, but if she were to make her morning coffee with Red Bull instead of water, she might be able to see sounds. I think she might just permanently have the Red Bull buff, if that's what you want to call it. That's why the eyes are slightly red in the slightly reddish in the center. She's just overdosed on Red Bull. That's what it does, right? Anyway, I think I need to go study my current model a little bit more before I progress with this. And it is also at the 3-hour mark, and I also need a toilet. So I think it's time to go see who we can bother. Now I see Crest is doing art, and why is everything suddenly frozen? Okay, now we're fine. Who's on? Now let's go say hi to Crest. Okay, my stream hasn't been just starting for everyone else, right? It's just happening on my side now that I'm looking at it again, right? Anyway, I've chosen my raid target, and I'm going to go record this later so I can post it up on the socials, because I'm trying to keep a regular social media posting to get people on board with what I'm doing. But for now, I need to get going. So let's start the raid. Yeah, thanks for been a little while since your last day. I pop in occasionally. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming by. And oh, I actually really need to use the toilet now, so I'm going to have to get up. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for playing Crosscode. And I will be making more progress on Mimi as the week goes on. So I hope to show you more that I've done next week. Okay, I really have to go now, actually. Bye-bye.